what's the excitement level for you coming in and being the next Comets head coach?
I think the excitement level is at an all-time high for me, my family. A lot of friends have reached out, a lot of supporters. Today is the day where you allow the excitement to take over. The second the excitement happens and you embrace it all, tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow you got to get to work, and that's what I intend on doing. But for this moment right now, for my family and I, we're going to enjoy every minute of it.
What's your vision for this team and for this franchise during your tenure here?
Well, the groundwork's been laid long before I got here, and that was a winning culture. The bar's been set extremely high, and to get the team to where they need to be, what the fans expect, what this organization expects. I mean, there's a lot of work to do, and that's the standard. It's not going to happen magically. So we've got a lot of hurdles to overcome. We've got to find a way to instill that winning culture all over again, and that's that's going to be a big time challenge. So something I look forward to, something I embrace, absolutely, but. The fans have been accustomed to a lot of winning hockey games. They've seen cups raised, they've seen banners raised, and that's something I want to be a part of. I saw it on the other side when we lost in Flint, and I desperately wanted to raise that cup. But it's once you're a Comet for life, you'll always be a Comet, and I really want to be the guy to bring a Kelly Cup here at Fort Wayne.
What are your expectations for yourself and for your teams here as you get ready to take over?
Just to get better every day. The long end of the goal, the final goal is going to be obviously to win the Kelly Cup, but you can't put the cart before the horse. It's a grind, it's a process. You have to get better every single day. You have to grow as humans. You have to become teammates and friends, and that's a part of establishing the culture. You embrace the history. You learn from guys that have won here before. A lot of those current guys are still living here in Fort Wayne too, so you lean on those experiences for anybody new coming into town. But the short end is you build your team, and then when you get together in the fall when training camp happens, it's how do we develop, how do we get better every single day. And if you can find ways, whether it's a little bit or a lot of growth, I mean, you'll look back at the end of the season if you continue to grow every day. Hopefully if you're raising cups and drinking champagne at the end of the year.
You've obviously spent some time here, both as an assistant coach and then when your dad was here as a coach. Did that play into the factor for you wanting to be here?
Definitely. I mean, Fort Wayne, as I saw it as a child growing up. I heard stories, growing up in a hockey family of what it was like to be in Fort Wayne, the way you got treated. I mean, it's an unbelievable hockey market. It's a great community. Even as a former player, I feared coming here into Fort Wayne. I always remember that feeling. It was, oh God, we got to go to Fort Wayne. It was, you knew you were going to be in for a battle, and those are things that stick out with you, and that's the kind of culture that we need to create here, is to be feared in the jungle as one of the top teams. And when you get an opportunity to join an established organization, the second longest running minor hockey league organization going right now, it's a complete honor. There's only 88 jobs available in North America at the AA level or higher, and to be given an opportunity to have one of them, it's an extreme honor. So I'm going to embrace that and run with it.
What was Dad's reaction when you got to tell him?
He was really happy. I mean, he's actually on the golf course right now, which doesn't surprise me. But it's like he talks, he's giddy like he's a kid all over. He gets those same butterflies. I mean, he knows what it's like. He's so excited for me. I don't know if he's excited himself. It's more about the journey I'm about to go on, because he knew what it was like getting into it. And if I could have half the success that he ever had, we're going to be pretty happy camper here. But so many people have reached out already. I know the circle is pretty big, but there's a lot of people that I think this news really affects. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a lot of those people helping me get here. So it's bigger than me right now. There's a big circle of support that I think that we're going to share with. But not only my dad, my wife, my child, my extended family, everybody's going to be really happy. So for right now, we're going to try to enjoy that before the stress really kicks in.
For you to follow in your dad's footstep and kind of come full circle when you spent some time here as a child, I guess, have you kind of gotten a chance to reflect on that, and how neat is that for you?
Yeah, it's really cool. I was actually seeing a couple pictures the other day of us being at Fort Wayne. We had a Boston Terrier that we used to take out at the apartments and run, and Actually, I think that's just right around the corner, so that was really cool. And actually, my first game as an assistant coach, when we showed up, there was a security guard that was mid 80s or something, and he came over, introduced himself. He says, I remember when you were 5, 6 years old. And I said, you haven't gone anywhere, but that's what you get. The culture, it's amazing here. The history, everybody's there, so it's come full circle. Same secretaries have been here too, so it's a great story. It took a lot of time to get here, but it was well worth the wait.
Obviously, you've raved about the culture of the organization. What was it for you that really drew you in?
Just being a part of something, having the ability or the opportunity to be a part of something special. You saw 3 cups in 4 years here. To be a part of a championship. I mean, this is a team that wants to win every single year. Those are the expectations, and when you can work in that environment where those expectations are set, it makes you a better person. It drives you to be a better coach on a daily basis. So, I'm glad to come here where the bar's already been set. That's one thing. We're not trying to reach new heights. They've reached the pinnacle of success. So those are the expectations that everybody's going to want to see here, and I'm hoping that I can deliver it to them. Not I, but we as a team, as a culture. There's so many more people than me that's involved with this. So try to avoid saying I and more of a we, because that's how we're going to get it done.
For you, your son is about 1.5, I believe. He's now kind of in the same situation that you were growing up when your dad was here. I guess, have you kind of gotten to think about that and how cool that is, and just what it means for you to be able to raise your son here?
Yeah, my son was born on the first day of training camp last year. When we took the job, we were so excited to come here as a family. I mean, we got off of our travels, and there was people helping us move right in. You could see the community support that wanted to get you acclimated right away. He's born, and I've already got him shooting mini sticks going. He's shooting the wrong way, but he's to see him pick up a hockey stick at 1.5 and add some of the smiles, it brings back a lot of memories, puts a lot of joy in my heart to see him in the same shoes that I was wearing 35 years ago. It's a really cool thing, and him, my wife, they make me want to be a better person every day, so it's a great time right now.
For you, heading into your first summer as head coach now, what's got to be the first thing that you guys do here going into the summer and getting ready for training camp?
Surround yourself with good people, which I think we already have. We have to identify our staff. We have to announce that. David and Michael have been tremendous in their support. Steve, the entire Franke family has given me everything I need to do my job. From there, the signing period opens up June 16th. Work has long been done before this. This isn't where we start tomorrow. We've had a plan in place in case this happens, and now you have to go and execute it. So there's little baby steps that you have to take along the way, but it's a constant grind on a daily basis of finding the right people for the job. Once you've identified who those people are, now you have to find a way to get them to play cohesively, the type of style that you want, create that culture in the locker room. So there's a lot of steps, but you don't put the cart before the horse. You take one day at a time, and you build it slowly.
What kind of style of hockey do you see bringing to the Summit City?
Summit City, the thing I've always heard in Fort Wayne is the Comet way. How do we play the Comet way, the Comet brand of hockey? And that's been a big, physical, exciting brand of hockey. Somebody that never says die, a team that's always feared to be in the jungle, to put on a show for these fans, defend home ice like it was their last game. Those are things that we need to accomplish as a team. Those are things that are going to be at the forefront of our talks in training camp, embracing that history and that culture. And that's what it was like for a long time. Something that needs to be reminded to these new players. When they put on a Fort Wayne Comet jersey, there's a long line of people that have put that jersey on before them. So that's what it has to be. We've got to get back to setting the standard and setting the tone of what it's like to be a Fort Wayne Comet, because that's one thing that we have that nobody else has, is a long history of success. So it's going to be a great place to play, and I think anybody that's new coming into Fort Wayne needs to understand that.
You mentioned it earlier. You said day one, get the excitement out. You get to be happy about things. What's next for you on day two?
I'm going to be going to Toledo and Newfoundland tomorrow. They've got big, exciting teams. These are the 2 best teams in our league right now. I want to see, what they're doing. 2 great coaches. Snowy's a young coach that has gotten an opportunity. We actually played together in Dayton. It's great seeing him. Dan Watson, again, another great young coach. I've seen a lot of their teams especially Toledo being a rival. So I'd like to see what they're capable of. They're both big. They've got great goaltending, great defense. You can see they've got a really deep team too. So not that we're going to model ourselves after them, but you want to be big, you want to be physical, you want to be able to defend, you want to be able to score. These are all things that both teams possess that you want to make sure that when it comes to opening night next year that we have those tools in our toolbox.